Something I'd like to try to explain about what you may be perceiving in people who you know who stutter is something called secondary characteristics. What these are the things like maybe head jerking, hand movements, eye blinking, movements with the jaw or the face in any way or any part of your body that are not necessarily caused by stuttering itself, but instead come as a sort of secondary characteristic to those stutters. So we think about stuttering and disfluency as primarily being prolongations, repetitions, and blocks. But things like those large bodily movements or eye blinking or head jerking develop generally as a response and a way to try to get out of those moments of stuttering. And it's not that they're necessarily effective, but that doesn't stop them from developing as really strong, ingrained patterns of a person's stutter. One theory of how this happens is, let's say a person was getting blocked and they, for whatever reason at that moment, open their jaw really wide or blink their eyes rapidly or move their head in a certain way. And in that one day, it got them out of that moment of stuttering, maybe for an unrelated reason. Because of that natural reaction to want to avoid and get out of those moments of stuttering, that person's pattern of stuttering may develop that they're starting to use that secondary behavior as a way to get out of the moment of stuttering. It does not mean it's voluntary at all, but it means that that pattern develops over time, even though it might not be effective. So every time that person has a moment of stuttering, they may do that head jerk or those eye blinking, even though it's not helping, but it's not in their control. And that can be one of the really tricky patterns to break through therapy, but is often a really good place to start.